welcome back to my channel. I have a special guest with me today, No Head Nancy, or No Limbs Nancy. I don't know, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna call her yet, but she is here in the studio today. She is very soft and smooth, and she's my new girlfriend. So I just wanted to introduce her and also talk a little bit more about her, as well as talk about the top 5 things that I will sexually never be doing again. I thought it would be an appropriate video to do, especially considering that No Head, No Limbs Nancy is in fact a sex doll, and she is in fact a sexual fantasy that I feel nobody would regret, myself included. But let's talk about No Limbs Nancy for a second. So Nancy here is part of the brand Tantaly, which is an online store of lifelike sex dolls. They all come in different shapes, shades, sizes. Now, what I really do love about this product is you can feel the quality. Like Nancy, I mean, the jiggle. I mean, not even mine do that, so. So definitely a thumbs up in regards to that. And you can dress her however you'd like to. And today we have Nancy in a really bold and sexy leather skirt and a cute bra. The only thing that bothers me about Nancy's silicone skin is that it does tend to attract dog hair. So if you have pets, be aware, but it's all good if you get her a little bit dirty, which obviously you're going to. It does come with care instructions, washing instructions, and she is of the highest quality silicone material. It feels so close to skin. Actually, I would say it feels even better than human skin. Like, I think I might have a little bit of competition. Also, can we admire the crazy tan that I got in Greece this past week? While these dolls are not exactly cheap, when you take into account the quality, the size, the pleasure, it is an amazing deal, especially with that 12% off, which I will leave in the description box below. This set also does come with these really cool graphic cards, and yes, she does have 2 very convenient, very realistic holes. Obviously, I can't show that here on YouTube because I will be demonetized quicker than you can say No Limbs Nancy. But I tested it out myself. I've done a little bit of comparison. I, took 2 and I put in, and I took 2 and I put in. I was like, damn, the ridges, the bumps, it's very similar to what a real woman feels like. So if you are a man or a woman who has maybe been curious about dabbling in sex toys and getting a doll, this is a great place to start. And I will say there is no shame in this. I mean, so many of us women use vibrators, use dildos, massagers, all sorts of things. I mean, me and my girlfriends, our sex toy drawers stay stocked. And I do feel that for men, there seems to be a little bit of stigma when it comes to playing with toys. And I'm not about that. I feel like we should all be free to express ourselves and make ourselves feel good in whatever way feels right. And I think that by having a sex doll, it's a great, safe alternative to pleasuring yourself and to enjoying a sexual experience without having to go through the trouble of going on dating apps or talking to women. So if you never want to talk to women again, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You do have Nancy right over here. I will say something about Nancy though. She is quite heavy. But yeah, like, look at her bones! Ah, I love it. I love it. And I like the fact that she doesn't have a head, because that means I can just imagine her head as anything I want it to be. Like, today, she's Angelina Jolie, but tomorrow she might be Keira Knightley, and the next day she might just have no head because it's Halloween, it's spooky season. Anyway, thank you so much to Tantaly for sending me this amazing doll. She feels so good. I'm seriously so obsessed, and I really was excited to share this with my viewers. I thought this is a product that you would be curious about, that you would be interested in, so definitely take advantage of that 12% discount code. I promise you, this is probably the highest quality sex doll I have ever felt, witnessed, seen, and I haven't played with her because I have no parts to do that with. Or, you know what? Maybe I can. maybe we'll see something on my spicy page. Now, Nancy, sit back and relax, and let's talk about the top 5 things sexually that I have done that I will never do again. Starting off strong with number 5, and that is outdoor sexy time. Now, there is something romantic about doing the woo-woo under the stars and hearing the crickets and the animals in the woods, but I had a really horrible experience one time. I was camping out in Maine with an ex-boyfriend, and we decided that one night we were going to do the woo-woo under the stars. Let's just say that I was so severely bitten by a spider on my butt cheek, which actually led to an infection, which ultimately led to me having to go on antibiotics. So after that, I told myself, you know what? Outdoor sexy time, it doesn't need to happen. I don't need to scar all the woodland creatures. Number 4, and I have made a video about this in the past, and that is anal. The last time I engaged in this activity, I had been under the influence of alcohol, and whenever you are drinking and you're feeling randy and spontaneous and you're just like, fuck it, just put it in, there's very little consideration for lubricant and doing things the proper and safe way. And the next morning I woke up with a hemorrhoid the size of a gumball. I had to use Preparation H for about 2 months to make that thing go down in size. And like, let me tell you, if you are somebody who does anal frequently, things will just never be the same down there. Not to mention the fact that it literally felt like I was pooping razor blades for at least a week. Anal is definitely number 4 on that list, although asterisk, I should say never. I might do it again one day, but I won't do it under the influence of alcohol. Thus, let me rephrase that. Drunk anal. It will never be happening again. Number 3, this is a fun one, and this is a big warning to women. If you are going to be using food as foreplay, please make sure you clean up properly after, because you might end up with an imbalance down there. At this time in my life, this was about 10 years ago, we had some whipped cream, we were putting it all over my body, we were putting it all over his body, I was putting it in other places, and I had thought that I had washed everything appropriately, but I think at some point some whipped cream may have gotten inside. Let's just say that my pH level did not recover for several weeks after that encounter. And so what I always tell people now, if you want to use food in the bedroom, don't put things inside of you. If you want to put it on the nippies, if you want to put it on your toes, if you want to put it on your mouth, but like, there is no need for you to take a can of whipped cream and spray that inside of you. I hope my mother isn't watching this. Number 2, we're going to be talking about my other least favorite thing next to drunken anal, and that is period sex. Now, I do not go that way. This was very early in my 20s. I was with a man that I was dating for many months. We felt very comfortable with each other, and it was very dark in my bedroom, and so we're doing it, and at one point it started to feel like, wow, this is a lot more wet than usual. And you know, things were getting hot and heavy, and I'm feeling myself, and I'm like, wow, I'm so wet, I'm dripping, it's all over me, and I'm putting my hands on the wall, like holding on. And then eventually it ended, and we get up to go to the bathroom, and I turned the lights on, and it literally looked like the scene of a crime in my bedroom. My white walls were covered in bloody finger and handprints. It was awful. I was I'm sorry, like, this is so graphic. I had to purchase so many Mr. Clean Magic erasers just to get that blood off of the walls, and let me tell you, those sheets were a lost cause. I had to throw them away. I'm sorry, Nancy. You must be so glad right now that you don't have a head and ears to be listening to these stories. And that's another great thing that I like about Nancy. She's not hearing about all of these sexual do's and don'ts, so that means that she's really open for anything. She's formed no opinions, she has no preferences. She's the girl that's simply gonna go with the flow. But this girl right here, I'm never going with my flow ever again. And my last sexual do not ever is do not ever have sex with somebody who you do not vibe with. I dated somebody for about a year who I genuinely believe was in the closet. There was a lavender marriage situation going on between us. And I think the dead giveaway for me during our relationship was that whenever we were doing it, he really just wanted to be doing it a certain way. And that certain way was with my face facing away from him. One day while we were doing it, he let slip the word bro. Yes, he called me bro while he was, and I think that was my wake-up call that maybe he would have rather been with a Steven and not a Stephanie. So my number one on this list is don't do it with someone if it doesn't feel right. If the vibe is off, if there isn't chemistry, if you feel that that person isn't actually physically attracted to you. And that really just goes for everybody. If you're on a date and you're not feeling it, if you're not vibing with that person, but you really want to get off, get yourself a Nancy, because the vibes are always going to be good with her, and she really will make any of your sexual fantasies come to life in a healthy, sexy, consensual way. Anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for the TMI. I have not been so open on my YouTube channel in a very long time, but something about Nancy really just makes me feel so much more open and free and in touch with my feminine self. So this may not be the last time you see Nancy, and if you want to see more of her in all of her glory, definitely go check out their website, tantaly.com, as well as my 12% discount code, and let me know your thoughts about everything in the comments. Is there a sexual do not do on your list? If so, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. Click the thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Oh, I just realized you don't have a head, you can't blow a kiss.